Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at how you can level up Viper to start out in the new campaign. Now to start off, why do you need to worry about leveling up Viper in preparing? Well, Viper is not going to drop at level 90. Viper will unlock at level 80, meaning you cannot do the main story quest with Viper until you get 10 levels. Now, that's no big deal. I'm going to show you today exactly how you can get those 10 levels as fast as humanly possible, some stuff you can do actually before the expansion even drops to prepare, and what to do on day one of the expansion so you can play through the story as the new character. So with that, let's jump right into the video. Now, firstly, let's talk about side quests. Side quests is one of the things you can do actually before the expansion even drops to get ahead on Viper. Now, why do you need to do side quests? Well, there's something important to keep in mind. When you are going to farm dungeons, a little spoiler for the tip ahead on day one to get to level 90, you don't want to be level 80. You will get a much more efficient dungeon grind starting at 81 with the new Endwalker dungeons and not having to do any Shadowbringers dungeons. So how do we do that? One of the ways is to actually prep your journal. Now you can see all of these side quests, and these are all completed, all 26 of them out of 30. Now I did leave a few spaces because if it's completely full, you can't actually even grab the main story quest. And this will really help you get to 81. With all these side quests, this should automatically get you to level 81 so you can start your dungeon grind. Now, all of these quests do come from Labyrinthios, so we pull up the map here, you can see they are all very tightly grouped together, and that is why I did these quests. Also keep in mind, they have to be level 80 quests to be able to turn them in. That's also why we're here. So the plan is when I launch on launch day, I'm going to come here while I'm sitting in queue to do my dailies, and I'm going to turn all these in. This will get me to 80, and then in my daily menu, which will be the next thing we're going to talk about which dailies you want to do on launch day. First things first, queue in for leveling. While you're queued in for leveling, turn in the side quests. And now here you have a little bit of choice. If you want to, you can run Frontlines, Alliance Raid, and MSQ. Me personally, I'm going to run leveling, Frontlines, and then probably start my dungeon grind in here at the Tower of Zot. Now, once we actually start running dungeons, we are going to actually be using the duty support system. Now, let's talk about that for a second. So duty support and trust systems are the two ways you can run dungeons by yourself without having to queue into a dungeon. Basically, you have NPCs that'll go through the dungeon with you. There's two systems, duty support and trust. Now, which one do you want to do? Me personally, I'm going to do duty support because my trust is not leveled up. Now, are there any differences? No. The main difference is in trust, you can actually choose who you bring. Where in, duty support, if we switch over here, it's going to be the people from the campaign. So the people that are in here when you do the campaign, it'll be in here when you do duty support. That's how it works. I personally think duty support works a little bit better. I think the AI is a little bit smoother, and I think it is a little bit faster. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is slower than queuing in here. The problem is we're leveling Viper a DPS. DPS queue times on launch days are extremely slow, especially when the new class is a DPS. Everyone's going to be doing it. You're going to be sitting for 20-30 minutes just in a single queue. Now, if you have a group that is super kind and wants to run you through it, and they have, a tank, a healer, another DPS, that is a million times faster than this, and you'll get to level 90 before everybody else. But if you're like me and don't have those great friends, then you're going to be using duty support or the trust system. You can choose. I'd recommend duty support. And that's what your launch day is really going to look like if you're trying to be as fast as possible. You're going to be running these dungeons until you unlock all of them and get to level 90. Now, is there anything else you can do to prep? Technically, yes. Is it necessary? No. So here we are in Eilmore, and we want to select Ninja Rogue gear, and we look here at the Augmented Crypt Lurkers gear. Now this is level 80, 530. This is the highest item level 80 gear that you can get. This will be better than the gear you get when you equip the job. So will you get a benefit from running this? Yes. Is it absolutely necessary? Not at all. You're going to get gears, you go through the dungeons, you're going to be good. You don't have to grab this. You don't have to grab the armor and accessories. Can you? Absolutely. Will it help? Yes. But once you get to level 90, you don't need to worry about gear at all because you'll get gear from the campaign. And I'm just saying it is an option here. If you have extra poetics, you can buy the gear. It will help you get through there. You'll be doing more damage. You'll be more survivable. Overall, it will help. Not necessary. I plan to be running it. As you can see, I've already started to acquire all the pieces, but not necessary. The only piece I'd really recommend is going to be the weapon. And you'll be able to grab this weapon here from the drop down when the job actually launches. Now, those are all the tips and tricks for leveling up Viper. Now, if you want a more general guide to get ready for the new expansion, then let me know down in the comments below, and let me know if you guys are planning to play Viper or Pictomancer. Now, of course, if you are playing Pictomancer and you're watching this video, you can do almost the exact same things here. Instead of buying the ninja gear, you just would buy the caster gear, right? Same thing. the levels are going to work exactly well. They both launch at level 80 and you have to get the level 90. So just keep that in mind. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys learned something and I hope you guys have a fantastic launch day. With that, peace out and I hope to see you again.